But as mentioned, we'll start with looking at pretty much the same application, but without the use of MVVM. After this demo, I hope you will understand the need and use for an approach based on MVVM. I will show you the code without MVVM and data binding support for this particular screen here, so the Pi detail screen. Here we have the XAML UI code. I have an image which has the name Pi image. I have an entry for the name of the Pi, another entry for the price, an editor for the description, and a switch for the Boolean toggle. As you can see, I've all given them a name using the x:\name notation. This is the code behind of this screen. What you see here is code that we would typically write. In this line here, I'm going to fetch the Pi from the repository with a given ID. If I find that Pi, I will then update the UI with code that we typically will write, but that is hard to maintain. What I'm doing here is I'm now using the UI components themselves to pass the data to the UI. While this approach will definitely work, it is not easy to test. Also, it's difficult to maintain. Imagine that I tomorrow will need to add maybe another entry or another editor. Well, then I also need to update this particular code here. And in the click event handler, I will need to do the opposite. I will need to pass the data that is entered in the UI manually into that retrieved Pi there. So while this works, I don't think this is a great way of building your application. Let us take a look at how we can do this in a much better way.